Ciao. Anyway, so.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jaden Cohen Boyce, and I am excited to be here today. I'll let Amira say who she is and her occupation, whatever, and then we'll break down like what's going on today.
Thank you for introducing me, but if you guys didn't hear him, my name is Amira, and I do have a question for you, Jaden, before we get into the actual episode. Something that I think about often, because whenever I am going to bed or whatever, I turn off the big light and then I turn on the bedside lamp. And recently I've noticed that my light bulbs are kind of dimming out and flickering. And let me ask you this, and this is a genuine question, and maybe you don't know, but it doesn't make any sense to me, that you have to plug your lamp or whatever into a power source, the wall, and yet the light bulbs can still die and blow out. To me, it doesn't make sense, because it's well, what was the purpose of me feeding you power if eventually you would no longer receive power? And this is something I think about often.
So I don't necessarily think... I think you're blaming the wrong people.
Okay.
It's not necessarily the power being put into it. It's the amount of power it can hold for how long. For actual parts to become rusty or no longer able to be used or burnt out.
Okay.
The actual parts over
some
time.
Parts that I know the name of. I know there's a bulb, obviously. Filaments.
Yeah. The bulb. The filaments are inside the bulb?
Yes.
The filaments.
Not the glass. Were you going to say the bulb is what's dead?
Well, I was going to say what was in the bulb.
Yeah. The filaments. I don't know if that's all that's in there.
Well, we're using that as an umbrella term here.
Yes, I love an umbrella term.
So, the filaments,
right.
They are, after so long of taking all that power, because also, think about it I don't know how it works, because I'm not about to be nobody's technician or engineer.
Not at all.
I make videos and sing a little something, but that's about it.
Okay. Sing a little something.
Don't start me.
Okay.
Don't start me.
Okay, if you want to sing a little something, we were here to listen. Oh, everybody hit me up, $5 a video. I got videos of Jaden singing if you're interested. I got you.
Oh, my God.
I got you.
Yep, $5 a video.
I got you. 30-second clips, I got you.
You want the full video? It's $10.
Yes. And it's just 31 seconds, but you cannot get that extra second for come on, $5, that's nothing.
For $5.
Come on.
Right.
The filaments.
The filaments, and I don't know how this part works with the power. Just because you turn the light off, does it stop pushing power?
Oh, you mean is a current electricity or whatever still running through the actual lamp?
And then if you are because my situation is my TV is on the same wall that my light switch is on.
Right.
So the switch stays on, but I have to turn the knob myself.
For the TV?
So is it just right. I got to turn the TV on and off, but for the light, what is that called? The lamp. I have to literally keep turning it. So is it also still pushing energy
you're saying
into
if
it? And is that wearing it over time?
It, though, I feel yes, probably, because it has to always be ready, because it's never technically off. You know, the way if your car's in park, it's not off. It's just in park. So maybe the light itself being off is technically it being in park, so to speak. I don't know. I know that I could look it up. It'd be very easy. I have my computer right here. I don't want to. I would love it if someone explained it to me.
Right.
Do we have science people that listen? Science, rise up.
And can they step to the
Please,
front?
come to the front. Anyway, Jaden, where are we? I mean, after this long, people should know.
Right. So we, Amira, are on a show that us and others would love to call Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao. Anyway, with Jaden Cohen Boyce and Amira Lee, and this episode is going to be a great and fun episode because we have decided to not follow our paper. So if you don't know, I know we're so good at it, but whatever. If you don't know, we have like a a script. It's not like verbatim acting script, but it's just to keep us on track with what we want to talk about and just have some topics and things to keep the show going. And just so we don't forget.
I know it seems like really natural.
I know we're like so good at it that it was
really
kind of hard to tell.
Conversational.
Yeah, but sometimes, and that's why like we get so caught up in our transitions from topic to topic. I don't jump from topic to topic. Yeah, I just stay in my pocket. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. It was just her birthday. Sag season. This one goes out to all the Sages. Sages are annoying.
Come back to us.
Yeah. So this episode is gonna be a little different. We decided to scratch that, and we're just gonna talk, and we're just gonna get into some things.
Yeah, because I mean, even though we have a lot of fun on the show, like before we hit record and then after we hit record, we're also obviously talking, and I feel like y'all should, be allowed into that space of just freely talking, because I mean, I hear from people a lot that I know also because I listen to podcasts as well. It really is like the people on the podcast are talking to you, or like you're a part of the conversation. So truly, let's make it a part of the conversation. This is an actual conversation because we're just talking versus,
And I want y'all to respond
out loud.
Even if we cannot hear you, like I want you to respond. So don't be afraid to hoot, holler, wave your hand, cuss somebody
the way my connection is set up is I know that you're responding. I can feel it. Mm-hmm. And I can feel when you guys are like, not responding and being shady and being nasty and rude. It's whatever, but I can feel it.
Absolutely.
Speaking of feelings, Jaden, you mentioned that you said shout out to Sages. Sages are annoying. What is your favorite zodiac sign for sun sign? Besides Aries. Okay.
Aries.
Besides your own sign.
Okay. What is my favorite?
For me, I think I'm gonna go with Gemini. Besides my own sign, Scorpio, I'm gonna go with Gemini.
Okay, I feel like I just came into like a Gemini Aries relationship, friendship, and I can attest to that. But all those Sages are weird and annoying. They're my favorite. Or Scorpios. Actually, scratch all that. Scorpios.
Yeah, and I obviously am biased, because I am a Scorpio. But besides all that, I do like a Scorpio. I like the thing. Obviously, it's because I am a Scorpio that I like the things about them that people don't. Like, I like that they just be minding their business and, like, they don't just be letting people into their space. I feel like everyone should be like that. Why are you just so open and ready to receive people if they're not ready to receive you? You know what I mean?
Are you talking to me? Or
I'm talking
to
people. Remember, they're responding, Jaden. Don't be. I have to look at you.
That honestly felt a little targeted and very direct. Child.
I'm here to give a word, and whoever is there to receive it, please receive it. This word is for somebody. Amen. Also, I just like Scorpios. Also, I'm not gonna get into it, but a lot of people in my personal life do not like Aries. I won't say if I'm a part of the group of the disliking of Aries, but I will say that you and one other Aries that I can think of right now are like the saving grace of the community.
The community. Okay. But you also have to understand, like every other sign also says this, but for Aries, it's very true. March and April Aries are two different things. If they are March Aries, there's nothing I can do for her now.
No, I'm gonna have to go with the opposite for you, honey.
April Aries in general are chaotic. I cannot disagree with that. Until we are in therapy, we are very chaotic people, and we are naturally drawn to chaos. I cannot fight that. We are fire signs, and we are. Listen, so our sun is Aries. And the sun controls Aries, like it's at home when it's in Aries. So the sun being in Aries is like very powerful and very strong. So when you meet Aries, I get it. No, I do. I do understand. but you have to get to know and love us. Like, you got to get past the guard. The guard is all fire, but once you get past
That's
it,
so true, though.
child,
Like I said,
it's so much passion. It's really just all passion, but it's catered in the wrong way. Like, it's passion, but it'll come out as anger, and it won't be communicated that it was actually passion.
but you know what? I do agree with you, because I feel like as Black people, we are often like accused of being angry even when we're not. So I don't know if it's because of this experience that I already have as a Black person, where I don't just immediately assume that someone is angry when they are showing me passion, that I can like extend that grace to Aries, where I wouldn't call them angry. Like fiery for sure, but like what fiery has a lot of connotations, and I would go with passionate in a way that's like they care about something, versus like they're passionate because they're fiery and wild and chaotic, even though once again all these words have like different connotations. But for me personally, I can appreciate the passion of an Aries. I don't know, well, I don't know, because it really depends. Like everybody, it has like every sign somewhere in their chart, so it really is like me just saying about this one specific small portion of their life. But if I were to break it down and give you like some checks that I'm like, yes, Black Aries are fantastic. I can't say anything negative, and this is not to say that other areas of other races and ethnicities aren't fantastic. I don't know, I haven't done that research yet. Bear with me.
Right.
Give me the funds to do the research.
You're speaking with the research.
Yes,
that
in my limited experience of being one
Yeah.
person, I love a Black Aries. I don't hear any disagreements, so I think we're good.
Thank you.
And that
We appreciate that. And honestly, Scorpios get a lot of hate too, and
it's tired, honey.
it's quick to brush it off. But I'm here for Scorpios, and I stand 10 toes for a Scorpio.
And that's how it should be.
Y'all, because y'all really eat, and y'all have, like, this mystique to y'all. I don't know what it is about y'all. Like, even if you just have a Scorpio placement, there's, like, this mystique tone to y'all aesthetic. Like, it's just so
And
weird.
once again,
and I
I'm
love
only
it.
myself, so there is nothing mysterious to me about me, obviously. But in other Scorpios, I'm like, wow, who is she? What does she do?
Who is she?
Something I need to know more. I don't want to say names of people, but I'm like, oh, this person is really mysterious. There's so much more to them. Once again, not to say, let me just give this disclaimer up top. When I say something about one sign, it doesn't mean that I mean the opposite about all the other signs. So, like, don't be like, you're saying there's nothing to Leo. Well, in that example.
See, I can't say that. I can't agree. My rising's Leo.
And we could tell.
So. Okay, so what are your big three?
I really don't want to say, because I don't want you to drag me. I don't want people to drag me, but I'll tell you. Scorpio sun. Cancer moon. I know you have a Cancer moon as well. Sag rising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chaotic.
It's fine.
Okay. Because Scorpios are like I always say, like, Scorpios are water signs, but the water is hot.
Oh, that's
because
good.
They're the closest to fire that there is
Snap.
in the
I like
water
that.
signs. And then to have Cancer right next to that in your moon. In the same way that Aries is controlled by the sun, Cancer is controlled by the moon. And it's at home.
And let me tell you that,
Yeah.
remember that time, well, obviously it happens all the time. When the moon was in Cancer, the last time, everyone was like, meow, 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 like crying. I literally was my best self. I was like,
Really?
overly emotional who? Like, these emotions I'm feeling are amazing. I've got joy in my bones.
But that's also the Sag jumping out.
Whoever is jumping out and when, I appreciated it. I was
Yeah.
grateful for that. And, wait, I just thought about this, two things, because we are going to be jumping all over the place. We talked about this before, I feel like, but because you have a hyphenated last name, but please remind me, if/when you were to be married, what would happen with your last name?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about it.
Okay.
But if I were to have first of all, I was having a conversation with my Gemini friend the other day, And she was like, respectfully, I'm not changing my last name. And I said, period. And I'm not either.
You have a good last name.
And I worked for this last name. I'm working to make this last name be a part of my whole name and for that whole name to mean something. Yeah. So why would I give that up as if I'm someone's possession? For what?
I may change my last name for a check.
And then it's also we was also talking about like having children. Why are your kids taking his last name?
I literally never understood that.
When you put in all the work. When you put in all the work.
Jaden, you're speaking my exact language. This is the language that I speak. I literally have never understood that. Even as a youth. A smaller youth. I'd be like, but right. Why? I mean, whatever. I'm grateful for my last name. It's cute. It's short. It's 3 letters. Very easy. My full name fit on every name tag in school. Everybody else, just got their first name. You get it. You have a lot of letters. My whole name is 8 letters, and I'd be like, put the whole thing on there. And you've got space for a heart. Yeah, we're in business. You right. Get like Jaden CB probably. Yeah,
CB.
I cannot relate.
They're good for a CB.
My mom's last name is only 4 letters, or her maiden name is only 4 letters. So it's whatever either way. But as for me in my house, if I were to have, I don't want to have children, but if I were to have children, and there was someone else that needed their last name involved, well, I don't want to have children, so it's hard to say. I'm really not pressed. But okay, as for other people, like if, I don't know, I can't speak because I don't want children. I don't know. What do you think? You want to have children, right? How many?
Yeah. 2, max 3, max 4.
Max 4.
Max, like, I'm done. Like, get away from me, 4.
Oh, you got mine.
Actual max is 3.
Okay, so you're like, if you met someone that's like, I have to have 4, you'd be like, I literally guess. Or if like I have to have 5, you're like, I can only do 4.
Yeah. Oh, if you have to have 5, we're done.
It's not gonna work. That's a deal breaker.
It can't work. We're already not equally yoked.
You're still speaking my language.
Because you're trying to yoke me for another kid.
Literally, I talk about this all the time. I talk about this as if I have like another podcast in which I'm talking about. I'm like, I talk about this on my podcast all the time, but I see this all the time. Like, I don't really get the whole thing of like, first of all, it's not true. Like, opposites attracting is like not true. It doesn't even make sense to me. In theory, it doesn't make sense. Like, opposites in what regard? If you don't like the same things, then what are you guys going to do? And now you're pulling teeth to get them to go skiing with you, and now they want to run a freaking 5K? It doesn't make sense to me. Mm-mm. Opposite couples out there, hit me up. Let me know. What is it like? Because in my opinion, not my opinion, my experience, I feel like the best couples are the ones that have so much in common, and they're basically the same.
And they're basically just best friends.
Oh, it's so cute for them. Also, it's
absolutely
so
cute. Yeah.
It. Also, people who look like the person they're dating. I'm like, I don't like that. A little bit strange, but I do get it. Because
I get it.
Even if it's on purpose, then you're nasty. But if it's an accident, I get it because like you think you're the baddest, so why wouldn't you want someone that looks like the baddest?
Right. That's really you having something in common.
Right? The face.
Your face.
The face. You can unlock their iPhone. Like, it's totally chill.
Right. It's not giving, like, look for my cousin. Or, like, even find out that it's my cousin and continue. Like, it gives very different lineage.
Yes.
Like, meet, like, oh, wow, we kind of look alike, but I still love you.
In spite of you having my face, I love you.
In spite of you literally stealing my identity, I'm kind of obsessed.
God. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I remember one time, like, showing a friend, like, oh, look at this person, they're cute, and they literally look just like you. And I was like, first of all, you're lying. And then once you remove, like, okay, let's remove this beard. Okay, I guess maybe they look like me if you squint. But once I was able to just be real,
I hate it. No, I can't stand oh, you look just like my...
No, Jaden, I can't stand that you remind me of mine. Offended every time. I've never not been offended.
All the time. I literally get it.
Oh, Jaden, I know for a fact that you get it all the time just because of you're like funny and outgoing, that people love that they're gonna put you with all the funny outgoing blacks.
Oh, and don't let him be.
Oh,
fat.
honey,
don't let him
identical.
be big, child.
Oh, okay.
Literally,
Beard?
if they got hair,
Jaden is a rat. That's you.
No, like if they literally have a septum, a beard, and hair, I didn't say the chance.
No, that's literally you.
And they're above 200.
It's you.
I really didn't stand a chance.
If y'all shop in the same section,
you are just like. You look just.
I'm trying
like...
to think of one example that's happened to me where I wasn't like offended or just like this is not true. It's like almost never true.
It's usually like it's literally just we have a similar complexion.
That too.
And we're plus size.
That too. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, or they just look gay.
literally just they're white. Yeah, but they're gay, and that's you. That's you, Jaden.
But they're gay, so that's it.
Yeah, I don't like it. So if you're listening, if you've done it to me in the past, it's okay. I forgive you. It's over. Please don't hit me up like I'm sorry I did that. I know that you won't, but if you felt compelled, don't. But don't. Moving forward, please don't.
Yeah, don't keep doing it.
Don't consent you.
But like, if you did it, whatever.
Continuing is your apology.
But it's also like I don't care now because it's literally happened since birth. Yeah. I came out the womb and the nurse was like, you know who you are.
Wait a minute. In fifth period, there was a boy in here who came down because he didn't want to play kickball. Y'all are the same. We knew what she was saying.
Literally look just alike, and I'm literally crying with blood and feces.
And she's like, put your nose between your legs, but really quick, let me just tell you about this little boy. Yeah, I as a person who has a twin, also like. Yes, I remind you of that student in your third period. That's because she's my twin. But this other person that you think looks or acts like me is just funny. Funny is not like the same. Like everybody, there's different ways to be funny, different stuff. There's different ways to be annoying. Like everything, there's different. It's different. So I don't like it, and I'm offended every time. But to answer the question that I heard somebody out there ask. I personally would probably not change my last name, or I would hyphenate it if my arm was pulled hard enough. I would hyphenate because my last name's only 3 letters. It doesn't matter. It could just it could stay there, and you can add something else, and it still wouldn't be a mouthful unless that last name is like 5 syllables. In which case, a deal breaker. Because remember, we spoke about it earlier. We're not equally yoked. My last name is 3 letters, and yours is 12. It was never gonna work.
No. Because I went from having to sit through 2 seconds of my name, and then now I'm sitting through 5 minutes. And not saying 5-minute names are an issue, but we clearly don't have.
It's not an issue. It's just not for me. It's not my. It's not my. It's not my truth.
Right.
So all the long name baddies out there, I'm sorry. Delete the message, babe. It'll never work. Because we don't have anything in common.
Literally watches you get married to someone.
Why did I get married to? The part of the movie where they say the name of the movie in the movie. Revolutionary. Oh, yeah. Honestly, they're like, so this is how the Grinch stole Christmas. Credits.
And it's so fun. I think it's funny when it happens so soon, and someone's like, "Oh, we're getting named already."
I know. I just thought about that because literally in Why Did I Get Married To, Tasha or Tanya, is her name Tasha or Tanya? Tasha. She's at the airport and he's like, "Oh, why did I get married?" And I'm like, "Oh." I'm leaning forward and she's like, "Oh, why did I get married too?" I'm like, who talks like that?
And it's like,
why did I too get married? Nobody would say that.
It would be like, child.
It'd be like, okay.
Then you can say too.
Because I'm trying to figure out why you got married.
Child, I guess.
Now,
why did I get married too?
I'm extra because I love the word also. If anyone's ever texted me, you know I love also so much.
You do.
It doesn't even matter if it's even relevant. If it's gonna be a double message, the next message is gonna start with also. Like, how are you? Also, I'm wearing green today. Like, literally, there has to be an also, and sometimes I have to stop myself. But then, do you ever? Okay, now this may be a little bit trifling, but do you ever like text or talk to someone new, and you like purposefully use something of yours that you notice that they don't use to see if they like catch on and start using like the word or like thing you do?
That's way too calculated.
Oh yeah, okay, I do that sometimes. Well, I don't purposefully use it, but I like take note. I'm like, oh, now they're talking like me.
Oh no, I definitely peep when that. Like, I'm like, wait.
Because I'm trying to remember, like, did you used to talk like this before, or did I make you?
Right. I thought you were gonna say when you're texting a new person, you add a little pizzazz to your personality. Like it definitely gives personality to the front.
No.
We're like I'm working overtime to make you laugh.
You do that
to make sure. Like I do that all the time. Every time I'm like texting a new person, it's like you are now front row at a comedy show because now we have to like lock you in.
That's true because you'd have to balance like getting them to quickly know all the important attributes there are for you so that they can know that you really are like that comedy girl versus like, oh, he's serious all the time. But that's tricky because like you do want to be like, oh, I'm cute and serious, let me see if I can do serious. It never lasts, but okay,
so but what happens is that first thing warms them up so well that they get so comfortable, child, and then give it a week. Honestly, truly, give it a week. The first venting session, and that's when you show like concern and regard, and you really like pay attention to them, and then boom,
the rest is history.
The rest is
and then you
history.
Get their last name, and you're like,
girl, where my book at?
Your last name's too long, babe. It's not gonna work. But I will say though that oh my gosh, my brain just went completely empty. I'm sorry, keep going. My brain went so empty. Did you literally see
Not
it?
for that. I literally watched it happen.
Scary. I rubbed my eyes and like everything I ever knew was gone.
Your hands have the magic touch.
That's what I heard. But yeah, the thing about the comedy, yeah, you know what kind of sucks though when you are taking someone new, like you do want to like put your best foot forward, but you don't ever want to do something that you know you can't keep up with. Because then if you go back to what you used to do, which is like text kind of and they think that you're like upset with them. So that there's always that awkward transition as well of like, oh no, this is just me when I'm not trying to be all that, doing all of the extra.
I definitely had that. And I definitely got blocked because child, that's the whole thing. But I definitely got blocked a few times. For not responding back in timely manners and not saying anything.
At timely manner? Are you joking? People have lives.
Not even a little bit.
Toxic. Really toxic.
Not all people.
Okay, I remember what it was. My brain just refilled itself. You know, it kind of is like really hard for other people, and this was something that I really don't want for myself as well. Like, imagine you're dating someone, or you're just like have to be in a friend group with someone that's not funny, or that you don't think is funny, but like everyone else does, and you have to like fake a laugh.
Oh no, all the time. Let me tell you something.
It's really hard.
I'm not good at.
You're not good. My sister's not good at it either. I'm really good.
I can do one, but the only way to do it is to think about something I would say that's even funnier, and then like actually laugh at me. But like people have said before, like, damn, you don't laugh at nothing, and I'm like, cause y'all
I want that for me.
Like,
I want that for me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, babe. Like people, like it takes a lot for me to laugh, but I think everything is funny.
I get it.
Like it's so weird.
I know what you mean.
You get it, right? Like I think so many things are hilarious, but people can't make me laugh. Like people aren't that funny when they're trying to be funny. So then they look at me to laugh, and I'll literally just stare.
I was that bold. Like, how do you do it? Aren't you feeling?
And then
awkward?
people will cheer. Like people will literally be like, we got Jaden laugh. That must have been really funny.
So you're like,
wait, Wide Eye Pie. Okay, Indeed sent me whatever. So there was a comedy club trying to have like a social media person, blah, 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 videographer and stuff like that. So it was like must have interest in comedy, like whatever, obviously. And I'm like, I definitely watched, like, look up comedians and whatnot. So I'm like, yeah, girl, like, I could say that's me. And then I was thinking how the interview would go. And they would, like, ask me, like, do you have an interest in comedy? I'm like, yeah, like, not for me personally. Like, you don't ever have to worry about me doing one of those movie scenes where I end up on stage giving a speech. I said, blah, 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 moving on. And they're like, who's your favorite? And I'm like, well, I only like women comics because I only think women can make me laugh. and then it would be like that's when it would turn off, like they'd be
Sour,
turned
for
off
sure.
by it, whatever. And I'd be like, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm like, I think it should be a competition of who can make me laugh first.
Absolutely.
Because if I'm laughing,
It's funny.
it had to be hilarious.
I mean, that's true. I agree, though, because you're right. The men, whenever, because you know how YouTube would like suggest, maybe they don't, but you know how sometimes YouTube would like suggest different comedy videos. Okay, so yeah, we're on the same algorithm for a little bit. And when it's a man, like I'll watch it if the title of the video is like something funny, and then I'll be like,
Yeah,
I desperately want to laugh. Like you ever just you want to laugh?
I want to laugh,
And
but
you're
I'm
like, I'm not
not.
even being a hater at this point because, like I said in another episode, I know that I can be a hater sometimes. And in these moments, I'm being for real. There's nobody around for me to be pretending for. I'm by myself. I want to laugh. Sir, make me laugh. Sir.
Hi.
So did you apply to the job on Indeed?
I did.
Good.
Yeah.
And you know what pisses me off about Indeed? They'll be like, we think this is a good match for you. And then you go on and it'll be like, you're missing several qualifications. Why?
Right.
What
No,
was the reason?
Actually, very literally that.
I'm like, what?
It literally will say, we found some jobs that we think you're perfect for. Then you go look at the job description, and it's like, must have a master's in 15 years of experience. Now, where did
It'll
you see
literally
that
be like,
on my application?
Must be a registered nurse. I'm like, first of all, I am only certified in first aid, and it expired in 2018. Yes, I still keep it on my resume
Right.
because Band-Aids haven't changed, and I know how to still apply them. But why do you think that I could be a nurse? Babe. I told you what my degree was in. I told you. Everything that you need to know about me is right here. You better loosen them curls, honey. Jaden is shaking these curls loose, honey.
I just washed
It's
my
so
hair today,
bouncy.
y'all.
I love that for you.
My hair was so dry. Like, when I say so dry, I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. And that's
Okay. Because you know what? Did this happen to you? Do you feel that in your experience when you go the hardest for your hair, it's like, But then when your hair looks a mess, everybody and their grandmother is like, your hair looks so good today.
Your hair looks so good. I love your hair. Oh my god.
That's another time I'm
your
offended.
Hair.
I am kind of easily offended, low-key.
What's a pet peeve?
So when I was younger, I prided myself on not having any pet peeves except for one. And then as I got older, I realized like it'd be easier to tell you things that don't get on my nerves. Everything gets on my nervous system, but my one biggest pet peeve since I was a babe, I cannot stand favoritism. Obvious favoritism. Like whether it's in a school setting or like any type of setting where there is somebody like at the top and then people that are under them or there's somebody to impress, basically. I can't stand favoritism. Even if it's towards me, it's like, ill. Can you not be so obvious? Like, everybody is here for this thing. And I think it's, actually I know it's because, as we know, I was a little bit of a hater. And I'm like, why are you giving this child so much attention when we all need to learn about multiplication and division? And this is why I don't know how to do it. And this is also why I don't know how to tell time on a big hand, little hand clock. Because of favoritism. So that's kind of my pet peeve. Also, it kind of peeves me when people don't just like look for something before they ask about it, or like do like a couple of checkpoints in their own brain before asking about it. Like think about it for 2 seconds before you come to me with the question. Oh, it's raining?
It's different.
What?
Right.
What? I could literally be like sleeping. What? It's raining? What? I don't know. Or it's gonna rain tomorrow? Do I look like Glenn Hurricane Schwartz?
And it's okay, and that's I feel that because you have the same access to the knowledge that I have. So instead of just doing the step, you made it a step for me to do. Like, is it raining tomorrow? We both have our phones in our hand. You could answer this question before, like, even opening your mouth.
If you can Google it, just do that. What's your pet peeve, Jadon?
See, I'm not like you.
Ooh.
I have.
Oh no, I had them. I don't have them listed.
I have multiple, and they all are like top pet peeves. There's no pet peeve that is higher or lower than the others. The one I recently tweeted about, right? when people put emphasis on the wrong part of the word or the sentence.
Yeah. Oh my God. Especially if the sentence has a question.
Like, ma'am.
My dad does that with the word it. It always gets the emphasis, no matter where it is in the sentence.
Where it goes to the
He'll
store.
be like, where is it? I can't even do it because it's so foolish.
Where is
No, not
it?
Where is
Like,
it?
Where's it? Excuse me? I don't know where
Like,
it
you're
is.
doing too much. Okay, Jade, I totally feel that. Yeah, but what is an example that, like, gets you? Because my dad is obviously the reason that I don't like it, but...
Oh, no. It's just people, like, on the internet and people on in life who will say words, and I'm like, you put emphasis on the wrong word or the wrong part of the word. It's like, I was butter.
Stop. Who is... Your examples are not real. Margarine. Like, this is not real.
Right. That's not real at all.
Oh my gosh.
Caribbean or Caribbean.
Oh my gosh. What's the one? Syrup or syrup? This is not about emphasis. This is just, I just never.
Crayon or crown.
Which one are you?
I'm
Me too.
crayon.
Crayon.
Yeah.
Am I crayon? Yeah, crayon.
Aunt or aunt.
Aunt. It's
Yeah,
aunt.
black.
You ever met a black person that's like aunt and you're like, who? Your Aunt
Who
May?
raised you?
They must not really be related to you.
Aunt Jeannie.
It definitely is Aunt Jeannie. Always. Aunt Lydia, for sure.
Yeah. Aunt Mary Beth.
Definitely.
No, that sounds right, yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so what are your other pet peeves?
There's so many, wow.
Dang.
When people are like, they don't give people a chance to make a mistake. You know, like, I think that's come from like customer service work, where like you made like a little minor mistake, but now it's like, oh, you're supposed to know what you should be doing. I'm like, but I'm also like a human being, and I made a minor mistake.
Yeah.
Like, calm down. We're gonna fix it. Like, and I'm gonna try to help you. It's not like I did it on purpose, or I did it and then like recognize that I did it. Because then the anger is like the inconvenience. But it's like, I realized I made the mistake. It's, hold on, give me a second so I can rectify it.
Right. That is annoying.
Or just even like being behind the person who's getting mad that they rang up something twice.
Oh, guilty. Back when I used to work the scanning jobs, oh my gosh, I used to always ring thing twice by accident. It's easy.
But then it's like, why are you upset? Because all I have to do is just delete it. Oh, you rang that up twice. See, I knew y'all was...
Yes, or we have to
on?
like swipe their card twice because it didn't go through the first time. I'm like, am I going to get charged twice? I'm like, that's not even possible. Girl,
Right.
sit down. It was a pizza. It's not that deep.
Oh,
yeah.
different, because I know where you were.
Okay, honey. I cannot go back. I did remember two more of mine that I just thought of. What are your other ones? Okay. First, when people are hypocrites, it really gets on my nerves. Like, if you can do something, but Jaden, even if it's true for you, just pretend like it's not. When people like won't like let someone else do what they did, not even like, okay, like some things are different. Like if you like sneeze and you don't cover your mouth completely perfectly, of course you yourself are gonna be like, it's fine. But if you see someone else do it, you're gonna be like aggressive about it. But I mean, like in all kinds of things where it's like, oh my gosh, you didn't throw that napkin in the trash.
Okay.
I can't stand a hypocrite. Let
So-
the record state. Let the record show it. I
you
can't
said
stand
what?
a hypocrite. It's like, girl, boys,
Okay.
people.
And I'm here for it. And I don't necessarily... I'll say I'm hypocritical because whatever. And just because I do things doesn't mean other people can do things. But it's in the way of how you go about it. You know, like... Let me think of an example.
I'm still stuck. I'm
I
still
think
stuck
it's
on
wrong.
your butter example. Butter.
Oh, yeah. We're not... No, we're not talking about that. So say... I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything without like going into
something
like
really personal,
anecdote and really personal.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. But say if I were to do something, but it was communicated and it was done a certain way. If you were to do the same thing, but it was done almost shady like.
Oh, of course, intentions are always playing a part in everything.
That's where it is. Like if that's where I'll say I'm hypocritical because I can literally do the same exact thing, but it would just have been done.
But that's the thing, Jaden.
Differently and handled differently.
Like we judge others by their actions and ourselves by our intentions. So like you of course are like, oh, she did this thing and she's so wrong. But when you do it, you know your intentions, and that's you got to keep that in mind going forward as a hypocrite. As a hypocrite, you have to keep that in mind. My second thing is when people just be saying anything. I can't stand people just be saying anything. This is not even about you. It could be true for you. I don't know. In my experience, I haven't experienced you just saying anything for no reason. People that'll just say something just to say something and it don't even be true or make sense. And when you ask them a little bit more detail, they're like, "Oh, girl, I don't know. I'm just saying anything." Stop. Please stop. Please stop. You know who does that all the time? No shade, and she could be listening from the other side of this door. My mom, she does it all the time. She just be saying anything. Like, girl.
I feel that though. Sometimes you just gotta talk.
Oh, and I love that. But just saying anything. It really is when you say anything because you're being nosy. Like you just in somebody's business. Like, now why is she outside with those jeans on? Why are you in her business? You just say anything at this point.
And I'm good for calling somebody out for just saying anything.
Because it's like, why?
People say something, I'm like, you just want to say whatever.
You literally just saying anything.
I said to my mom the other day, and she may be listening too, but I said to my mom the other day, I said, was it hard to just make up them words like that?
Oh, I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is to ask her, what did you gain?
Did you get the car?
Right. Did you get the man? What was the reason? What did you gain? Seriously, what did you gain?
Quickly.
Or my favorite is like, was that cathartic for you just to drag somebody you don't know? Did that make you feel good? Okay, then go off. Literally go off. Go off. I appreciate it. Continue. Before we get into anything else, because we have been getting into things for a good minute, Jaden, would you tell them about our surprise?
Yes. Okay. Period. Go ahead.
Oh, me? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I'm very excited. Next week, we have an amazing surprise. Long time in the making. Since I feel like week 2, I've been like, we need to get some people on the show. And I can't think of a better should we tell them who it is? Well, okay, no. So we're going to have a special guest on the show next week. And I'm very, very, very excited because this guest is nothing short of iconic. And you would agree, literally. Jaden. And once you know who it is, you're going to agree. And I know that she listens to this podcast. Oops, it's a she. She listens to this podcast. Shout out to her. You know who you are. I'm very, very excited to have her on the show. Because she's funny. And she is with
an icon.
She is an icon. See how I put the emphasis in the wrong words? I mean, the wrong part. Sorry. She is an icon. But more than that, and I mean this in the best way, she is chaotic. She's chaotic.
But that's also what makes her an icon.
Wait. No, she's a Gemini. Okay. I was like, wait, is she an Aries? She's a Gemini, perfect. Which is like some of my faves. My husband is a Gemini, first of all.
Yeah.
Our husband, right, sure. Discussion question. Do you think it's appropriate for friends to share husbands? I do.
Me too, absolutely.
Especially if you're... Since we do. Yeah, I think that people should embrace more like being platonically married. Because it's like, you literally get the... Right. But the thing is, I'm not married to Jaden. Sorry. I'm not married to Jaden.
So, yeah, we're not married.
But we share a husband.
We're both married to, our husband.
Who's the Gemini?
The girls who get it, and the girls who don't. And you're just not that girl.
And that's what it... So that's the surprise. We have a guest. And I know y'all are excited because you guys feel what I feel. Because we are one. We are a family. Like a giant tree, so to speak. Branching out towards the sky, I guess.
Do you know that's on HBO Max?
Yes. Do you know I watched it twice since I
You
found
told
out?
me.
Oh, did I?
You told me. Who told me?
If I did, then
No. Someone else told me.
good for me for telling you. Dream Girls.
You watched it twice? I haven't watched it.
I'm probably gonna watch it when I get off of here, just because you reminded me. It's the Dream Girls.
You're
It's the
welcome
Dream
for that.
Girls. It's Dream Girls. Yeah. Now can we just talk about the ending? It's very trifling. He like walks up to freaking Magic, like he's about to just come back into her life, but then also I'm kind of like in two minds about it. Like, should she have told him that she was having a baby?
She tried to.
Oh, you're talking about?
And he didn't want to hear it.
I know. Should you give?
And then cut all communications with her.
Yeah, that was pretty trifling. And Diana Ross, sorry, the character that is loosely based on Diana Ross's character is also a little bit trifling, but that's neither here nor there. If you haven't seen it already, watch it on HBO Max. I know, I'm showing off because now I have HBO Max, so now I'm always suggesting HBO things. Throwback to the time when I didn't have HBO.
Didn't have HBO Max.
Broke vibes, real broke vibes.
We're grateful to be here.
Oh, so grateful. We can either wrap this up here, Jaden, or we can. Oh, first of all, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the Jaden Cohen voice.
Oh God.
He's blushing. Is literally. When did that close? Before I say it.
Today.
Dang. Well, y'all are fake if you didn't already know, because you should be following Jaden on Instagram. But Jaden is literally nominated for the Top Creator Award for what platform is this?
Okay, so basically we shot fourth quarter, the fourth quarter Academy campaign,
Which was
at
beautiful.
a studio in Philly. Thank you. I directed it. Shout out to the photographer, the models.
Wait, after this, we also have to talk about your other project that you just gave us, because that came out after we recorded, right?
But I think we.
No, we didn't.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't.
Because you were like, I can't talk about it because it's on the thing.
Right. So, so basically, the place we used that was in Philly, the guy who runs it, he's like our age ish, probably like 25. He owns the space.
Okay.
Or he like in charge of space. So he's hosting an awards for all the people who created things throughout the year. And I was nominated for a Top Creator Award, but there are other spaces that you could be a part of as well.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's very great to be honored and just shown any type of recognition. Because you know what? I'm very early in my like career and in my passions. Mm-hmm. So to even just this early be acknowledged for honestly one of the first things I've done.
Sure.
Like, that's really cool. So I'm really happy about that. So to the next thing.
Wait. They follow you. We already talked about what page to follow, right? Last week, created by Jaden? On Instagram.com. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So, created by Jaden. I had a photo shoot that we were dropping. We were waiting for it to be published, which it was. Or whatever. So then we posted, and everyone enjoyed it, and I'm very happy.
Oh my gosh, another beautiful project.
Thank you. It's called Nebula. It was a color story of a black girl in blue light. And it wasn't supposed to give futurism, but it definitely ended up being futuristic. Definitely. And we was here for it. And more pictures will be coming soon from me, but other people like the makeup artist, Makeup by Journey, or Pivotal Child, the photographer, or Eastside Mommy, or Eastside Inspo. I'm so sorry. Eastside Inspo for the styling, and so many other people. Honestly, the list is long and it's jam-packed, but we're here for it. So make sure you go support them, go like the picture, go follow me over there, and yeah, we're about to just be creating.
It's only
stuff,
up from here, baby.
Content.
Get on board.
It's really only up from
now.
Here. And I'm setting my website.
Finally, I'm gonna have it favorited.
I had one, but it was like portfolio style.
Your website before was?
Yeah.
Is it published?
Just to get a job.
Like, can I look at it as a reference? Because I have to make one.
Yeah. Well, I'm using Squarespace.
Okay.
It's very easy. they're not sponsoring this, so I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you what I use then because they're not sponsoring this.
Right. But yeah, Squarespace is easy, and you can set it up like portfolio style or like e-commerce style or any other style you want.
That's what I've been hearing. After I bought my domain, because my teacher told me to buy it, and then I realized I probably should have bought it with Squarespace instead of GoDaddy. It was GoDaddy. Which is such an inappropriate name, because what does it mean? Like, I remember seeing commercials for it all the time. Right. I'd be like, so what is it, though? What is it? Why is there this, like, little nerd boy surrounded by, like, supermodels? What is this? Anyway, created by Jaden. I'm definitely on board. I'm there. Y'all should be there. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't be there, because it doesn't cost money to follow people on Instagram. So be there.
Well, not yet. Instagram's lame.
No, it really is, and it's so stressful. It gives me hives just thinking about posting. So that was... Oh, so next week, please make sure you tune in. Obviously, you're going to tune in because, duh, it's going to be a special surprise guest. Wait, will we not tell the people who the guest is until the episode drops?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm going to move my bank for that one. Wow. Okay, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Unless we could do a little promo run.
Well, yeah, we can. Hopefully she'll have a surprise for us.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah! Virtual gift. She's like, check your Venmo balance. And I'm like, no.
Oh, we should get her.
We can't talk about it because she literally listens to the podcast.
We'll talk. Right. We're not getting her anything. Don't worry about it.
All right. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, so... This has been Child Anyway.
Let us know how you like that.
We're literally not even gonna do that.
No, not even. But
I guess we kind of have to for editing purposes.
Okay, we'll do it. But before we do it, let us know how you like this format better or worse, and maybe we'll take it into consideration. Also, let us know who you want to hear on the show. But be realistic. Do not suggest like Tyra Banks or something. Suggest like your friend or something. Come on.
Yeah. Like,
don't be ridiculous. Let us know. If it's you and you got a microphone, let us know.
Right.
You're a huge fan of the pod. Maybe you can be on it. Maybe.
This has been Child Anyway with Jaden Cohen Boyce.
And you can listen to Child Anyway wherever you listen to your podcasts.
We drop new episodes every week. And it's given Mondays because, okay, what I realized was I was doing it as an I Listen podcast, which I guess is very Aries Leo of me. But, like, I listen on my way to work.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do listen to it on their way to work.
Yeah, like, they listen Monday on their way to work. Like, all the podcasts drop, and you're back into the flow of the week, where I don't find myself listening on Sunday.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be doing other stuff. I don't know what, but something else.
And if you do listen on Sunday, you only listen on Sunday, and we dropped on Monday, so you missed the episode. Yeah. So we drop new episodes every week, usually Monday, but we'll see. Follow us on Instagram at Child Anyway Podcast.
Like, share, subscribe.
Child, I don't even want to read the rest of this because
you get clear skin by wanting it.
Yeah, by doing your skincare routine.
Simple, I guess.
I got the booster. Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah, I got the booster at my job.
On the job? They just showed up with needles? Okay.
Well, I work
How
at
did you
college.
feel?
I'm sorry, I got my Shein booster. I felt that day I was dozing off.
No.
And my arm hurt. But that was it. Like, it was fine. But my coworker.
And then they re-signed your card, right? Like you have another.
They added,
That is like why I want it, because like that's cute. That's the only reason I want to give blood.
And I got a holder.
A holder for what? Your arm?
For the...
Oh yes, I have one as well. Mine is clear though. That thing is huge.
Right?
All that space for what? Okay. I now have your information. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.